restaurant, upper floor, not the lower floor. We have standards. And we're here with the incredible cooking waitress, also known as the Honourable City Councillor Sue Uteck.
Hi,
how are you, Sue?
Good.
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
What are you making for us today?
Well, this is actually called a Dirty Mother. This is tequila, Kahlua, and milk. It's a very refreshing. It's the adults chocolate milk version. So allow me to pour you a shot.
All right.
And feel free to get liberal with the tequila. It's always a...
All right, just keep the political talk to a minimum, please.
It's all, you know, perhaps we need one of these before a council meeting. And then just add your milk.
Are there any measurements or just sort of free pour till your heart's content?
No, I haven't drank this since university. So. No, I prefer red wine, so without heavy, we'll just do a little swish in the glass.
All right.
There you are. And
Excellent.
cheers. The adult version of chocolate milk, the Dirty Mother.
It's very good. Normally I'd give it about a 7 out of 10 because I'm not a huge sort of creamy drink fan, but I'm going to give you 8.5 because you scare me a bit.
You're up against the Dirty Mother.
Lovely drink. Look forward to having them for breakfast tomorrow.
Slim Chuck.
Thanks for sharing the recipe. So Uteck's still here with us. Thanks for staying.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
My team of researchers has informed me that there is a transit strike on.
Yes, and a very large transit strike.
Are you responsible for this?
I guess, you know, I bear responsibility in saying that I'm going to hold the line on behalf of the taxpayer. There's no doubt about that. You know, HRM is willing to go back to the table, but the union hasn't offered up one concession, not one. If they get everything they want, you're going to be right back to $2.1 million in overtime and another $10 million in the life of this contract over the next 3 years.
You always get sort of the extreme point of view from both sides, where one side's saying, we're happy to go back to the table, we're happy to negotiate, the other guys won't come.
Yeah.
The other guys are saying, no, we'll go back tomorrow, but the other guys won't talk.
Yeah. Well, that's
How
why
do you resolve that?
I think you need 2 women at the table rather than 8 men. So I think 2 women can get it done a lot faster.
No, I read that there's only 3 municipal departments that are over budget.
Yes.
Some by minuscule amount.
Yeah.
Transit's 3 million or 28% over budget.
Yes.
So obviously something needs to change. And I'm not suggesting that one side or the other is responsible for that change, but some compromises need to be made and changes needed to sort things out properly.
Absolutely. I mean, I think transit needs to start with a comprehensive audit to look at where the cost savings could be achieved. But even if you've got one side that's saying we're not budging on any item on this contract, this is why we're at the stalemate today.
Do you think public service should be deemed essential?
I think necessarily transit, absolutely, but in order to do that, I need to bring transit to every nook and cranny of HRM. I can't say this is a essential service and you can't get it in Prospect.
So some that have said make it mandatory or essential for excessive bus or for express buses, but not for other things.
And that might be a compromise that, again, if we want to apply for essential service, we're a creature of the province of Nova Scotia. We have to apply to the Dexter government to give us that authority to legislate this as an essential service.
What do we do to encourage Peter Kelly sort of in solidarity with this, to go on strike with them?
That's kind of a difficult question, and you might take this one for the record books, folks, that I will defend the mayor on this issue, because it's not just Peter Kelly saying lock them out. This is council that said, okay, we're at an impasse. We'll rely on you, the negotiating team. So it's kind of odd, because in this circumstance, the mayor could throw it on council, and he's not throwing it on anyone. He's only throwing it back at the union. But, I say, boys, pick up your gloves and get back to the field.
Nothing's going to get solved taking your ball and going home.
No, never does.
Very good. Speaking of mayors, we have one. We may have a new one coming up. Peter announced today he's re-upping, as they say.
Yeah.
Shock?
No, I'm not at all, because he's been, basically re-engineering and campaigning for about 3 years, and we thought that he was moving to the federal league, but then the concert scandal hit, so I think his chances were less than fortuitous at that point.
Is that not going to spill over into his mayoral aspirations to get reelected?
Well, I think it's it's not up for me as a councillor. It's going to be up to me as a taxpayer where I'm going to put my X on the ballot. And I think our council gets a really bad knock, Paul. And you know what? We're a good group of individuals. We're just crying for somebody that will show us leadership and motivate us. And I haven't seen that.
Okay. Now, Mike Savage also announced today that he was in the race. Any comments, thoughts on that? Good, bad, don't care?
I know Mike personally. I think he's a good guy, and he's one of those people that can come in and his portfolio, that the various jobs he's held, he is a team leader and a consensus builder, and I think that's what we really need at City Hall at this point.
Okay, now all the boys aside.
Yeah.
Mayor Sue Uteck, great running, yes?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people had asked me, but I just don't think they're ready for a girl yet in HRM. That's sad to say to all the ladies out there, but you know, I became the 5th deputy mayor since 1749. So what's that tell you about the club?
Maura Kelly can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. So you know, I think I was very interested in the mayoralty race, but I was not interested in splitting the vote. Right? I think this is a campaign that you better decide who you're with, and try and discourage others from running.
That's a good point. Sue, thanks for joining us today.
Sláinte.
Appreciate your time. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about parking in the city. We're still at green, or am I okay now? Some of you folks at home don't know how to park your car. There are too many people in the city, one last question before you hit action, who either don't give a rat's ass about inconveniencing other people, is this going to be at all edited, or just suck so incredibly bad at parking cars it's a wonderful they never got their license. I don't know what instills this in people, that detached, that they don't realize, ignorant, that they're parking that badly, ignorant, or maybe it's just some sort of game that I'm not aware of. Ignorant, whatever it is, you're losing the game. Stop being ignorant. Ignorant. One of these days soon, you'll be able to take the bus home. Ignorant, 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 ignorant. Hi. Ignorant, 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 ignorant. I want you to take a close look here, because some of you are going to show up. You're going to be famous for a brief moment. Look at a couple of these examples here. We have people who have taken up so much space that people next to them can't open their cars. Expectant mother can't even use the expectant mother space because Knob in the Subaru is taking up a quarter of it. Test, 1, 2, 3, and question, 1, 2, 3. I thought you were going to fill in the action behind me.